Hey, what's up, everyone? How's your day going? Your boy Big B's back with another one. And here's what we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about some of the things I imagine in my head. Some examples are what I imagine when my phone acts up. I'm gonna talk about what I imagine at work when one of the equipment there's not doing what it's supposed to do. Then, what was the other one? There's one that just came to my mind. What was it? Oh yeah, and my brain. We're gonna talk about things I imagine my brain doing. So first off, let's start off with my phone. Oftentimes when maybe if I'm texting someone, making a comment or making a post, and I'm typing, oftentimes my phone puts in the wrong letter. Maybe an example is I'll type N, and it puts in B. And you know, it just does that all the dang time, man. It drives me insane. It makes me angry. It's like, wait. Here's what I imagine. Maybe if I do type N and it puts in B, I imagine the phone going like, "Ma! Ma!" That's how I imagine it when it acts up. Then when I see it put B instead of N, then I backspace and I type N on it and push on it really hard. I imagine the phone going like, "Ah!" So yeah, there's that. And then when my phone acts up and doesn't do what it's supposed to do, I know I'm not supposed to hurt it, but I just have such a hard time not doing that. It's like a compulsion for me. And if you don't know what compulsion is, it's when there's this one thing you really feel like you have to do no matter what. That's basically what compulsion is. And one of my compulsions is hurting my phone. I've broken a lot of phones out of anger before. And anytime I get a new one, I tell myself, alright, I'm gonna treat this phone well. I'm not gonna smack it. I'm not gonna strangle it or anything like that. But I never stick to that promise. It's a compulsion I have. I feel like I have to hurt it. And then, now we're gonna move on to one of the things I imagine at work. So, I work at a fishing line company, a company that makes fishing line. And I'm not sure if you know what Power Pro is or not, but the brand of the fishing line we make where I work at, it's called Power Pro. And there's different ones. There's one called Super Slick V2. There's one called Max Quattro, Hollow Ace. What's another? There's one called Jigging. Well, that's a color, but it's actually called Depth Hunter. I'm trying to remember what the other one is. There's another one that came to my mind. I can't remember if I said Max Quattro or not. I know there's another one. Oh well, let's not worry about it. I have other stuff to talk about, but yeah, I work at a company that makes Power Pro fishing line, and I'm in the packaging department. So, some weeks when I'm in the packaging department, I'm stuffing, and basically the way that works is, I take a sleeve. And if you don't know what a sleeve is, basically what it is the box that holds the fishing line. The box that the fishing line's in when you buy it at the store. We call those sleeves there. Some people also call them boxes though. But basically the way it works is I take a sleeve, I open it up, set it up, then I put the spool in there. And if you don't know what a spool is, it's the thing that holds all the fishing line. Like the thing that the fishing line's on for when you use it, when you're ready to use it. So I put the spool in the sleeve, close it up, then put it in this thing called a flat. It's kind of like a box. It's made out of cardboard, but it doesn't have flaps on the top. You just put it in there. That's what it's like in stuffing. And whenever I'm stuffing, oftentimes when I'm stuffing, I'm trying to get the string out of the way. So at the company I work at, we put string on the sleeve. We put string like on the top right corner of the sleeve. Like so the customer can get a feel of it, so a customer can feel what the sleeve feels like. I have brain fart, I don't know. But yeah, that's what we do. We put string right there so the customer can see what it feels like. And oftentimes when I'm stuffing, I'm trying to get that string out of the way. It comes off. Then I have to... Sometimes it might do it about 1 out of 15 times. Or maybe 1 out of 60 times. But on some of those orders I do, it will do it about 3 or 4 out of 5 times. And that drives me insane. That definitely makes me lose my cool when that happens. So, the main thing I wanted to say is, when the string comes off, I imagine it going like, "Come off, come off!" Then usually when it comes off, I tell it, "F you! Don't come off!" And then sometimes if it comes off enough, I get really mad. In here, I'll show you what I do. Let's just adjust this. There we go. So I take the string, I hold the end of it with my 2 fingers, and I start slapping it like this. And when I slap it, I imagine it going like, "Ow, ow, 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 ow." So yeah, there's that about the string. And then, now we're gonna move on to my brain. We're gonna move on. Oh, I didn't do that well. Let's see how this is. Yeah, that's good enough. So yeah, oftentimes my brain really does run like dog crap. It'll be really slow, really forgetful, or whatnot. And sometimes when that happens, if it drives me insane. And when that stuff's happening, like when my brain's acting up a lot, I imagine it going like, and then when someone treats me like crap because my brain acted up, and it makes me angry, it makes me want to punch my brain. Or even if someone isn't treating me like crap, like maybe even if my brain just forgot something, it makes me want to punch it or slam it against the wall. And whenever I do that, I imagine it going from to this. Work right, work right, work right. So that's what I imagine for when I beat my brain. And then one thing I really have problems with also is my cerebellum. It acts up all the dang time. Like maybe at work if I'm stuffing, I'll close the bottom part of the sleeve, hold it up, then I grab a spool, and sometimes when I try to put it in, I miss and it doesn't go in and it flies somewhere on the table. Like I just miss where I'm trying to put it. and it like flies on the table or something, or sometimes it falls on the floor. And usually when that happens, I go like, "Get coordinated, cerebellum." And when my cerebellum acts up, I imagine it going like this. Ah, clumsy. That's how I imagine my cerebellum when it acts up. And then when I yell at it, I imagine it going like, huh. Sometimes I imagine it going like, huh. Get coordinated, get coordinated, get coordinated. And then sometimes I imagine it going like, huh. Just depends on what the outcome is when I yell at it for acting up. And then one other thing I thought I'd show. I feel like you guys will think this is funny. So sometimes I go like this. I like shake my head really hard to like punish my brain or cerebellum. And when I do that, I imagine my cerebellum going like this. Get coordinated, get coordinated, get coordinated. And I think that'll wrap it up for today's video. Just so I'd give you a perspective from someone who's on the autism spectrum when certain things happen. Because I really do think way differently about certain things than neurotypical does. Like an example with the string coming off. Neurotypical, I feel like neurotypical people, they're just like, oh, the string came off. And that's really all they think. I got put it back on. But me, I just imagine all that stuff, like the string saying that stuff and making those noises. And yeah. So I think that'll wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I feel like you guys will enjoy it. I feel like you guys will get a good laugh out of it. And if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, please subscribe. If you're new to this channel and you're interested in like mental health, like my perspective about the mental health crisis, or just any other ways I feel about life, I bet you'll like it. So please subscribe, please stick around. And remember, if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask me in the comments, and I'll make a video doing my best to answer your question. Alright, have a good one. Peace.